Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here on another episode of The Boardroom. Today, we're going to be talking about connectivity. But first, we are live and we would love to put your questions, any questions or comments that you have to our interviewees today. If you have any, please add them below. If you don't manage to catch this live, then it will be streamed back on who'swho.mt, Malta's leading business portal. Now, before I start today, a quick thank you to the Corinthia Palace, which welcomed me this morning. I had no electricity at home, where I work from home. So very kindly, at the last minute, they allowed me to come and broadcast from here. So thank you very much to the Corinthia Palace. And today, in fact, we are going to be talking about connectivity and one of the companies that has really helped us to keep going over the past few months, whether we were working from home, from the office, overseas even, possibly, with our roaming. And this is one of the companies that has kept us going, and that is Go. And to help me understand a little bit more about Malta's connectivity, allow me to welcome three of Go's top people. They are Arthur Azzopardi, he is Chief Officer for Go Business, Elaine Fenech, Senior Manager for Go Business, and Patrick Gatt, Senior Manager for Wholesale and International Services. Just a little bit more about each of our interviewees. Arthur is a seasoned professional at CEO level. He's got a really rich background in ICT and the telecommunications industry, and he has a proven track record in transforming and growing business in areas that have high content of technology. Nice to see you, Arthur. A little bit more about Elaine. As I said, she is Senior Manager at Go Business, and Elaine is responsible for Go's business arm across all segments of the business. She's highly experienced in B2B relationship building and high-level customer care across all communications provided by Go. And our last interviewee today again is Patrick Gatt, who is Senior Manager again of Wholesale and International Services, and Patrick's responsible for Go's roaming negotiations and the supporting infrastructure for international data and voice business, as well as for local and international operator relationship management. That's a mouthful there, Patrick. He also leads the commercial planning of the international network infrastructure for Go. Thank you all so much for being with me on the show today. It's great to see you.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Hi.
Hello.
So, Arthur, I'm going to come to you first as we start our deep dive into understanding all about Go and how you've kept us connected over the past few months. Let's start, Arthur, with an understanding of Go Business specifically. What is Go Business?
So Go Business is that part of Go which specializes on business customers. So basically we believe that all our customers are unique. They have unique businesses and they approach their markets in different ways. So rather than coming up with a product and selling it to everyone, we focus on what their needs are and then help them achieve whatever they want to achieve in their business. So that is what Go Business really is about. It's a customer-centric part of Go that focuses on business.
Fantastic. Well, great to understand that, Arthur. And I'll stay with you just to understand a little bit about what Go offers the business community in Malta that perhaps other networks do not.
Well, basically, it's a one-stop shop, so we can cater for all the needs, connectivity needs of our customers. And that really, really helps because connectivity is complex. Technology is becoming, you don't see the technology, but behind it, there's a lot of stuff going on. So being able to go to one place and have all your connectivity problems sorted out is really important. We also own a lot of infrastructure, both locally and abroad, and that helps us give our customers a streamlined network to cater for all their business needs, which is really important in these days. We're also the only network locally that has true fiber across the whole country that connects fiber till the very last point within businesses and households. So that is also a very interesting proposition, which is unique to Go.
Thank you, Arthur. And again, I'll stay with you. Help us to understand, what does this mean exactly for these businesses? We talk about this technology. What exactly has this helped them to do?
So in not so many words, it helps them focus on what they do and not be bothered with the technology they require to actually do so. So we take care for their technology needs end to end. It starts with the fiber connectivity locally. It connects the island to the rest of the world, basically, and Patrick will be talking about that later on. It also helps with the technology within the buildings themselves. And that has been a requirement for different businesses to keep going on, basically. One thing we noticed with COVID, and perhaps we can elaborate on this later on, is that connectivity has become really important. Without connectivity outside the organization, no, not only within it, it's very hard for businesses to keep going in these challenging times, putting it that way. The other thing about Go, I think, and Go Business especially, is we really put our money where our mouth is. So we've been investing, we have our own infrastructure, we have multiple connections going out of the island, and we also invest a lot locally. So we invest in the infrastructure, we have been here for quite some time, and we continue to invest tens of millions of dollars of euros every year, basically. So that is really what is important about Go.
Thank you, Arthur. Great insight there. And Elaine, I'm going to come to you now to talk a little bit about the additional support that Go offered the business community during the pandemic. What was there that was done that perhaps went over and above maybe what would have been done pre-COVID?
Well, actually, we were there for our clients throughout, at every odd hour of the day or night, because we were all working very hard to keep our clients going. We did everything from providing basic services like helping clients to transfer calls from their offices to a mobile phone or a different location in the home, to providing virtual telephony systems, to providing bandwidth, because obviously the demands on bandwidth, since everybody was working from home, were greater. We also gave support in terms of services we weren't maybe providing earlier on. Like there were clients of ours whose employees didn't have mobile phones, so they had 20, 30 employees working from home. They didn't want the employees to use the home telephone, so we quickly provided them with mobile telephony, mobile phones and the SIM cards. I think the service that we provided was very, very, very transparent. At no point did we say, listen, there's something we can't do. We tried to enable businesses as much as we could. We also supported the general community, our frontliners, with free voice and data minutes on the mobile, free TV for our customers, web customers who are abroad. So all in all, we're trying to reach out to anybody who really needed our support.
That's great, Elaine. And staying with you on that question, just a little bit of a deeper dive there. What do you think this meant to people? What do you think connectivity means now that perhaps it didn't mean pre-COVID?
I think in general, people were taking services such as virtual PABXs with soft phones on laptops, or even mobile on your mobile phone, as though it was something really to think of in the future. It wasn't something immediate. Today, even us as Go, we were ready, but weren't using the services as much as we wanted to. Today, we're seeing all the businesses actually telling us, okay, we don't actually need a phone, we need a soft phone. You don't need to come to our premises. We'll meet you on Teams. We'll meet you on Zoom. That has created a totally different reality to what we saw at the beginning of the year, pre-March.
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, even us meeting on here today like this, it would never have happened in the past. And,
yes.
And obviously the knock-on effect and the benefits of that are huge. And I certainly believe that it's opened up Malta's connectivity to the rest of the world and positioned us in many ways on a level playing field, being able to do business with any part of the world at any time. It truly is fantastic. So Elaine, let's talk a little bit more about the staff at Go, because obviously there's been a big operation behind the scenes to support your large team. Did you see any differences with the way your own team has operated?
Well, we started working. We actually moved out of the office on the 10th of March, which was very, very early. With our first case happening over that weekend. Mm-hmm. For us, it was seamless in terms of technology because we're very prepared. We all had laptops, we all had soft phones on our laptops, we all had mobiles, and we just changed location, so to speak. Obviously, we had a lot of support from our HR department because working from home gives flexibility, but it can also lead to certain challenges. People can feel on their own. People don't like working on a screen. So we actually even had training sessions, coaching sessions to help us as managers lead our teams, and also for our teams to be able to cope with their new way of working. We also had, obviously, we still operated our outlets. So we made our outlets extremely safe for our people to work in with, perspex, sanitization. So people could feel that they were working in a safe environment. Our staff in general feel that Go has provided them a lot of safety and a lot of security. And they're very happy working like this. Although we do look forward now that we've started visiting clients' premises where necessary for meetings, because obviously the personal touch is what we really love. But at least we have all the alternatives available for us to be able to meet our clients, whether it's on Teams, it's on Zoom, it's meeting face-to-face. We are very, very careful when we are having face-to-face meetings. But, we've been very flexible as well in that regard. We do not force people to go out to clients. We give them the option. We want to keep our people extremely, extremely safe in their working environment.
Thank you, Elaine. Great insight there as well into how we live in this new world that many are calling hybrid. So for some of us going back into the office, for some choosing to work from home, and how we make that work. Again, I agree, we miss that personal touch. So it's nice to be able to work in a way that gives you a bit of both. Arthur, I'll come to you now with my next question, which is how the pandemic has changed Go's B2B business practice. Could you give us a bit of insight into that?
So this is a very interesting question. So what happened, the first thing we noticed when COVID started to take its toll on local businesses was that traffic patterns changed. So as we all know, traditionally Maltese businesses are concentrated in certain areas of the island. Now, what happened with more people working from home? Traffic started moving to the north of the island where people live, and a lot of people live, and that created different demands for our network. We were prepared. Our network's capacity didn't suffer at all. In fact, at no point were our network saturated, and not even our international links were. And that provided the country basically with the infrastructure required to be able to cope. And that's not something you can fix quickly. So you can't just say, now there's COVID, let's roll out some fiber. You can't do that unless the infrastructure is already there. Then it becomes a bit of a problem. What we did change though was the way we dealt with our customers. So we started delivering more. We kept people away from the office, but at the same time, we couldn't afford all of us to work from home. So although people like the people in this call and many others could work from home, like our account executives, there were many other people within Go that could not work from home. They had to go to physically install equipment, repair problems and faults. And this didn't stop with COVID. So if you think about it, most of the local critical setups like hospital, the 112 line that was set up really quickly, and it had a lot of capacity requirements taken on it. These things continued to work. And the way we dealt with that was we split the teams. So to make sure that we are not stopped by COVID, or to minimize the risk at least, we split the teams. Even our technical teams were split into smaller teams operating from different locations. So if one team gets sick, at least, or quarantined, at least the others can continue to work, because you know how it is when someone is sick. Then all the team is kept inside, so not to disseminate this disease even further. So having these small teams all over the place and then deploying them as the need required and never meeting, and that was quite interesting. And it's a lot of sacrifice for a lot of people as well. So some members in my team, as an example, especially those that support hospital, didn't even sleep with their families. So they went to their summer residences, and in some cases we provided them with alternative accommodation so that we make sure that they remain available for our customers. So we really prioritized the needs of our customers. And this goes without saying, the use of masks and protective gear and equipment and training people how to use them. So these are all changes in the way we are doing business. The nice thing, the silver lining around all this is that this event or these events have made us digitalize more quickly. So it became faster and becoming more electronic and digital.
Absolutely. And staying on that, Arthur, what changes do you think that we've seen that we'll keep after the pandemic is over?
Hopefully, we will find, because we do think that never working away from the office is an extreme. Always being away from the office is another extreme. So what we hope will happen is that we will land somewhere in between. Now we'll strike the right balance between always having to go to the office to adopting what we're calling internally a remote first policy, where you can work remotely, but if you want to work from somewhere else, you can. And this hopefully will stick. First of all, we change the way our offices look, and they are less crowded now. So people go in, but there is an arrangement. And also it saves a lot of time when it comes to traffic and finding a work-life balance for some of us as well. Because we talk about the demands placed by business, but within most homes, the business requirements, who are competing with kids and having online schooling, and this is all over the same connection. But till now, thank God, we're coping well. So hopefully what will stick is the remote working and the amount of time people have gained back. And this is really important because money can buy a lot of things, but you really can't buy back time. So giving time back to people is really precious. You can give money, but time is something we can't claw back,
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Arthur. Patrick, I'm going to come to you now to ask you what consumers and businesses can expect to see change in Go's infrastructure over the next few years.
Okay, so nowadays it is no secret that Go is investing heavily in its infrastructure and in the process future-proofing our islands for what we like to refer to as protecting or preserving the island or anticipating the needs of the island for the technological needs of tomorrow. So we are busy rolling out the last generation of fiber to the home, as Arthur was clearly referring to it as true fiber, given that we are actually extending our fiber infrastructure to premises around the Maltese islands, upon which customers and businesses can experience unparalleled bandwidth capabilities, better latency, and better uptime, all with a simple connection, really. So now, keeping in mind the effects of the pandemic and the unprecedented drive we have seen, Arthur was referring a little bit to this, where many of us are still working from home, this has resulted in customers demanding more stable connectivity in places where historically were areas commensurate with low telecom traffic. So this need for change in the geography of distribution, so to speak, is fueling more drive in our teams to keep doing what they are already doing very well in extending our FTTH networks in the new areas. And by the way, here I really need to acknowledge the great work that is being done by our colleagues at the fixed access and the digital teams.
Fantastic. Thank you, Patrick. And I'll stay with you too. We've heard a little bit there from you about what has been happening, but what does still need to be done to keep and make our island even more resilient on a connectivity basis?
Okay, this is very, very interesting. It's an interesting question, mostly because all products in our telecom local as a local telecom operators, all products are dependent on data and international connectivity at some point. So this is achieved by the land infrastructure extending to submarine cables and actually connecting Malta to the world. So in some way or another, therefore, and also considering our geography, we shall always be reliant on subsea connectivity. The issue so far has always been that although Malta has 5 international submarine cables already, 2 of which owned by Go, they all land in one place in Sicily, and hence we have our country dependent on the Italian infrastructure only. So in actual fact, this is dangerous and risky for our economy, for our business communities, and for our country in general, really. So the government and also the local regulator at one point in time also raised their concern about this setup. So also to avoid another occurrence of simultaneous multiple international connectivity failure, Go has actually announced to upscale Malta's connectivity and its resiliency to a new high by literally writing history. So last December, some may remember, Go has announced a multi-million euro project that for the first time ever, Malta will connect globally, not to one, but this time to two diverse locations other than the Italian territory via a complete diverse route. Actually spanning out of a different shore of the Maltese Islands from the Golden Bay area and branches towards Marseille in France and towards Abu Talat in Egypt. This will actually address all current concerns discussed earlier and also fits in nicely with the government's recently announced consolidated strategy for Africa to leverage our geographical position in the center of the Med and create more business opportunities with the African countries for our businesses over here. And so proudly, I have to add, Go will once again be on the forefront of such efforts, making all possible and by making all this possible by putting the capital available so the state-of-the-art infrastructure is possible.
Thank you, Patrick. A very enthusiastic answer there, and certainly one that does, will no doubt get our viewers excited about the future and the resilience of our connectivity. Obviously, something we do think about as islanders. What if one day something happened to that connectivity? So certainly a lot there to put our minds at rest. Thank you. Elaine, I'll come to you now. Apart from the obvious connectivity services, what added value does Go bring to the business community, in your opinion?
First of all, we're always there on a 24/7 basis, and we're not talking about call center services. Yeah, if you see the three people in this session, I mean, we're always ready, even if one of us is unavailable, to take the call for the client. So when our clients, especially our corporate clients, feel secure in the knowledge that they can find us. We're not just a call center. We have a call center. We have a call center with a chat facility. It's very efficient. But at the same time, when problems really arise, you'd want to find a person to speak to. So we are always technically through our account managers, their managers, and ourselves. There's always our clients know that there's always somebody to listen. We also offer consultancy services, really for free. We're very flexible with our product offerings, especially to the larger customers. And we do network design, we offer enterprise services. So we offer a thorough solution, a complete solution. So you come to us and you can have all your business comms done by us. And you know that, as Patrick was explaining, that we are totally resilient in our own network. We're not depending on any other network for resiliency. And in the future, we're going to be more even resilient. So, I mean, we're the natural choice for the companies who want business continuity.
Okay, thank you, Elaine. And Arthur, I'm going to come to you really to build on what Elaine has said there. What do you feel is the value added from Go's perspective?
I would like to mention two things. One of them is built on what Elaine was saying before. So if you think about it, especially being an island, most of the business locally depends on connectivity. So it really can't function without it. And what we do is we provide that. So we basically enable business to happen locally. And one of our stated, what I want to add to this is that one of our stated purpose values at Go is that we really work hard to leave no one behind. So it is not only about the big customers, or we are also always think about the smaller, the startups, and to even help this culture of startups and new business coming in. We have created a setup which we have called Go Ventures, which invests in startups. So what this does is we find promising startups that are related to what we do. We invest in them and grow them so that hopefully they become the next big businesses locally in the future. So we are there for the large corporate customers. We are there for the smaller ones as well, which are also very important for the local community because most businesses aren't the larger ones, but we are also there for startups. So I think that is a very important value added that we are bringing back to the community and that we would want to find in the future. I think we are in this for the long haul rather than how to sort it out now.
And Arthur, that's so interesting. I'd just love to know if there is a startup entrepreneur watching today, how do they reach out to Go to potentially ask for this kind of support?
There's a microsite which is part of Go's portal, which is about Go Ventures. The keyword to look for is Go Ventures, and there are instructions of how to get in touch with us, basically. But in any case, everyone at Go knows about Go Ventures, so Go is everywhere. You just have to ask someone you know at Go how to get to this, basically.
Excellent. So any startup entrepreneurs watching, certainly do reach out to Go, because there may well be some excellent support for you. And with that in mind, as we sort of start to wrap up our conversation today, I'd love to come to each of you in turn to understand what makes you proud to be part of the Go community and why it's a great company to work for. And Patrick, I'll come to you first.
Okay, I have joined Go after a career of 15 years in the financial services industry, and I have joined doing for Go, doing something completely different from what I am actually doing today. So I think that the company really gives its people the opportunity to learn and to grow, whilst at the same time giving us all the chance to be in the driving seat of innovation and technology.
Fantastic. A great, insightful answer there, Patrick. Thank you so much for that. Elaine, what would you add to that?
Well, Go is a very flexible company, and the service it gives to clients and also its employees. So I think employees can see the proof of all this even now that we have supported them all the way, not only to work from home, but also because we know that they have children at home that they need to support. And in certain instances, they might even need to stop, to see to their children. But I think the greatest quality in Go, and which other companies should emulate, is that it's a very inclusive company. There's gender equality is top on our agenda. In the years that I've been working for Go, I never felt that I was treated differently because of my gender, whether it came to equal pay, whether it's related to job opportunities. And I'm sure that many females like me feel the same. I mean, there was never the worry that I am working in a male-dominated environment because it's so technical. So it's a great feeling to have about the company, about your employer, about Go in general.
Fantastic, Elaine. Thank you. And finally, Arthur, your thoughts?
Well, what you see here, Go Business, is just the tip of the iceberg. So we are supported by a great organization that's like technicians and people working in IT, support stuff like HR and finance. So it's really, this is just a small part of a big setup. And what I like about Go is that it allows me to contribute to something useful. So what I feel every day when I wake up in the morning to go to work now, sometimes remotely, is that I'm going to spend my time doing something useful. I'm not doing it only for the money or for Go's profits or something like that. I feel that I am contributing to growing the local economy, basically. So hopefully, after some time passes, I can look back and say, you know what, this has been an incredible journey. Business local has become really dependent on technology and cutting edge and everything else. And I was, even if a small part of the team that made all this happen. And this is what helps wake up every morning.
Well, that's great. Great to hear, Arthur. And also Patrick and Elaine, thank you so much for your insight there. And such a great positive vibe coming out of Go and helping us to understand a little bit more about the incredible connectivity that we have on this island, enabling us to play on a level playing field internationally and at home. So thank you so much for your insight there, all of you, for being with me today. And thank you, as always, to you watching at home, at the office, wherever you may be. We appreciate you being with us on the Boardroom. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.